And in this scenario that I just showed in RSI, this is the price that belongs to that. So it would rise with volatility towards the halving around the stock to flow value of 60, and then the bull market really goes on, the second stage of the bull market with FOMO, greed, and then, well, in this scenario it's a rather conservative bull market that bottoms out or flattens out just below the stock to flow value of 500,000, so this averages at 300,000, which is still pretty okay. I would guess that's 10x from here.
Infamous on-chain analyst Plan B, who is behind the renowned stock-to-flow Bitcoin pricing model, believes that even in a conservative bull market, Bitcoin will hit $300,000 per coin. Plan B is arguably the most famous on-chain Bitcoin analyst, rising to prominence for his spooky accurate calls and being the brains behind models such as stock-to-flow. On top of this, he has decades of experience working as an institutional investor, meaning he intricately knows financial markets and modeling. Plan B released a new market update in which he did a deep dive on the Bitcoin Relative Strength Index, or RSI. RSI is a number between 1 to 100 that measures an asset's average gains, losses, and changes in price. The closer RSI is to 100, it suggests that an asset is overvalued and that it's been bought too much recently. This could indicate it's due for a pullback. If RSI is closer to 0, it suggests that an asset is undervalued and that it's been oversold. This indicates it will bounce back or go up soon. For normal financial instruments like stocks, their RSI usually sits between 30 to 70. Because Bitcoin is so volatile and historically in an uptrend, its RSI usually sits between 40 to 90. In his latest video update, Plan B breaks down his analysis of Bitcoin's RSI and reveals why it shows that we are in an early bull market. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video where Plan B extrapolates Bitcoin's RSI out to 2024 and 2025 and argues why in a conservative bull market, Bitcoin will be floating around the $300,000 mark. Also guys, I have just launched a daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. I was so sick of seeing people charge hundreds to thousands of dollars per month for on-chain crypto data and breakdowns. So to give out as much value to you as possible, I'm sending out a 5-minute daily newsletter which will cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news that you need to know all in a nutshell. And my promise to you is it will be completely free forever. Click the first link in my description, enter your email to join over 5,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now. If you don't like it, I will personally send you $1 whole, so you literally have nothing to lose. Now here's Plan B with his Bitcoin outlook.
Today we talk about RSI, the Relative Strength Index, a very well-known technical analysis indicator, and oh my god, does it give a clear signal for Bitcoin. So the first chart shows the RSI over the last 15 years. And why do we look at RSI? Because RSI is a measure of momentum, and momentum is a force, like a train at high speed that cannot be stopped. And we like to know when the momentum is about to switch, and RSI can tell us that. So what is RSI? RSI is an index. It's between 0 and 100, and everything below 50 is a downtrend, everything above 50 is an uptrend. And the normal range of the RSI is between 30 and 70 for normal financial instruments like stocks or foreign exchange. And how is RSI calculated? How can we do it ourselves? It's not that easy. It's a two-step process, but it basically does it. It separates average gain and the average loss over a certain period. That period is 14 months. That's the standard period, can be different. But it separates the gains and the losses, and from those two numbers, the average gain, the average losses over that period, it calculates the index between 0 and 100. Now in this chart, we see the RSI on the y-axis, the date on the x-axis, and the months until the next halving on the color axis. We use monthly data, as you can see, 12 points every year, and it uses the 14-month period. The 14-month period is, well, a standard period. For a yearly or monthly data that we use, maybe a 12-month period would be a better fitting. But if you look at quarters or weeks, a 13-week period would be better. And if you look at days, maybe a 14-day period is like a 2-week period. So this 14 standard period is usable for weeks, days, and months. Well, I use it because it's the mostly used period. Now note that for Bitcoin, the RSI is not not in the 30 to 70 range. It's in the, 40 to 90 range. And that means it's up all the time. It's most of the time it's above this 50 boundary, which means it's in an uptrend. And we know that if we look at the Bitcoin price chart, of course. It's one big uptrend from 2009 till now. We also see in this chart is the 4 bull markets and the 4 bear markets. You see the bull market and the bear market of 2011. That was early days, so it had a bull market and a bear market in 1 year. I don't think we'll ever see that again. Then 2013 bull market, it was a double top bull market, and the 2014-15 bear market. Then the 2016 and 17 bull markets and 2018 bear markets. And then most recently we had the 2020-21 bull market and then a 2022 bear market. That's how it is. And right now we're stuck at a bit above 50. Market has not decided yet where to go. And we'll get back to that in a bit. Now notice also that the low RSIs correlate with green, which is just before the halving. And also the bull markets, the high RSI values, they correlate with red and orange, which is just after the halvings. And we can also see that tops in the RSI are getting lower and the bottoms are getting lower as well. So what is that? I don't know for sure. It could be that the RSI is finally normalizing to this 30 to 70 range. That is a very slow process though. It would take like, 5 points every cycle, and we're at 90 now. We have to go to 70. So let's say a 2 to 4 cycle period, at least another 10 years, I would say. Or is it because this bull market in 2021 was a bit lower than normal and is maybe an outlier? And I think that might be the case, especially if we look at, for example, here, the start of the halving cycle was bad because it was COVID time at that time, March 2020, and it had a bad start. And then at the top, at the all-time high, we had this Chinese mining ban, which cut the RSI from 90 to almost 60, which is huge. And it certainly killed the all-time high and probably the bull market. So I think that was just bad luck, and we might have a normal bull market again in the future. What's also interesting is that you can see in this RSI chart why I thought that we would look at 100K Bitcoin in 2021, despite COVID in 2020 and despite the mining ban. So why did I think we would still have 100K Bitcoin back then? Because the uptrend was already forming again, and it looked very much like the double top of 2013, and I thought we might have that again. Well, obviously we did not. I guess by December 21, we could have known that the bull market was done. Well, we closed the year December at 46K, that level. We could have known it was done, with hindsight, of course. So what now? RSI seems stuck at 50 or a little above 50 for months now. Where do we go? And in fact, that's an easy thing. It's the question is, do we expect the cycles, the bull bear cycles in Bitcoin continue, or is this time different? And let me tell you one thing that I learned from my 20 plus years experience as an institutional investor. This time is never different. History rhymes, and cycles will always be. It's like the tide, greed and fear, and the market psychology. Greed in the bull markets and fear in the bear markets. That's human psychology, and that will not change. Humans will not change. So in my opinion, we will have another cycle and another cycle and another cycle. So the RSI tells us the bull market of 21 is done, the bear market of 22 is done, and we're now just before the halving, blue, and halvings are historically at 55 or even higher, here 65 and 70. And then, well, I guess after that we'll go to the halving at 55, and then we'll see a red bull market again. That's what I think. So how would such a scenario look? I guess a bit like this could be realistic. It's a random scenario created with a random number generator, but with realistic parameter. So this is the last real Bitcoin price where we are right now, the RSI 51, and this is the scenario. This is the random scenario. So it looks pretty normal. It looks like all the other bull markets and bear markets, and it would mean that the RSI is going to rise from here towards the halving. Volatility, of course, it will not be a straight line. Then a bull market market in 2024 with an RSI around 90, a little above, a little below, it doesn't matter. And then a bear market after that in 25, 26, and of course a bottom in green. That's sort of what it looks like. And in Bitcoin price, it would look like this. So we are here at the moment at this 30 level, stuck for months there. And in this scenario that I just showed in RSI, this is the price that belongs to that. So it would rise with volatility towards the halving around the stock to flow value of 60, and then the bull market really goes on, the second stage of the bull market with FOMO, greed, and then, well, in this scenario it's a rather conservative bull market that bottoms out or flattens out just below the stock to flow value of 500,000, so this averages at 300,000, which is still pretty okay, I would guess. That's 10x from here. So yeah, that's the RSI, and in my opinion, it's a very interesting and useful indicator for tracking where we are in the cycle, bull, bear, etc., and also for generating this kind of scenarios. But remember, it's just one scenario. Reality will be different. Of course, this is not financial advice.
So there's Plan B with his deep dive into the Bitcoin RSI and his prediction out into 2025. It's truly fascinating to understand the intricate dynamics of the relative strength index, especially when applied to the unpredictable yet exciting realm of Bitcoin. Now, let's not forget that while Plan B's analysis have historically been on point, it's essential for every investor to approach the market with a healthy dose of skepticism. Past accuracy in no way ensures future success. For those of you who have found value in today's analysis, do us a favor by hitting that like button. It helps spread the word and bring this knowledge to more people. And if you think a friend or fellow investor might benefit from Plan B's insights, don't hesitate to share this video with them. The realm of cryptocurrency is vast, ever-evolving, and with its unique set of challenges. That's why staying informed is key. If you haven't done so yet, consider signing up to my daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. It's designed to bring you concise, timely updates and expert predictions, making sure you're always a step ahead. The link is the first one in the description. Anyway guys, hope today's video provided you with some value. I'll see you all on the next one, and as always, all the best.